Well, good Friday morning and welcome to John Miller Field here at the world-famous Circle Tap Bar and Grill. 77th Annual ISC World Tournament. Blair Setford, Joe Todd back with you on the ISC Network. And Joe, we are about to see the first of 5 games today. 4 of them are elimination games. Toronto BATMEN taking the field against the home team, the Circle Tap Dukes. And Joe, you got to survive to get to Championship Saturday. That's what it's all about this morning.
Exactly. Both these teams come in with a 3-1 record. Both lost on Tuesday. Circle Tap lost to Bear Creek 3-2, and the Toronto BATMEN lost to the Gremlins 6-0. So Friday and Saturday are get rolling, get playing. We want to be there on Saturday.
That is the goal, to be playing on Championship Saturday. It's a long road for everybody here in the losers bracket. 2 games today for these teams to get to the 3 tomorrow if you want to get into and win that ISC Championship game. A couple of big changes last night. We'll get to those, but let's set the batting order right now for the Circle Tap Dukes. Leading off, it's the designated player, Matt Palazzo. He'll be followed by Luigi Pinto. Manuel Godoy bats 3rd, Blair Ezekiel 4. Aleo Munoz moves up to the 5 spot for the Dukes. Tyler Johnson bats 6. Dante Mudakatir moves up to 7. Justin Laskowski drops down to 8. And Matt Harrow in the 9 spot for the Dukes. Defensively for the Toronto BATMEN, Corey Way in left, Mason McKay in center, Denny Benson in right. And around the horn on the infield, Johnny Baker, Mitch McKay, Adam Alexander, and Cody Skelton in at first base today for the BATMEN. Ty Sebastian on the board. He'll be pitching to his battery mate, Derek Hyde. Joe Todd, we're set. We're ready to go. Matt Palazzo, a guest last night, back out on the field today. First pitch, just outside for ball 1.
9:54. Good to get an early start on the day.
Starting early. But again, if you're just getting in with us, just finished a cup of coffee, Blair Setford, Joe Todd, stay with us all day and into the evening for some absolutely fantastic ISC fast pitch. A little squibber, that is just foul. Looked like it might have enough English on it, Joe, to maybe take a bit of a right turn, but Johnny Baker protecting the line down there for the BATMEN.
Palazzo didn't chalk up this morning. A lot of spin on that.
Great chatting with Matt last night. Talked about his approach at the plate, the pitches that he's looking for. Cut the plate in half at times, whether you're looking for a drop ball or a rise ball in certain circumstances. Real scientific, cerebral, to use your word, approach at the plate. And swings and misses there. Good drop ball on the outer half from Ty Sebastian. And Joe, let's talk about the evolution of Ty Sebastian. Always a very good player, but into the upper echelon now, the top 10 players. When you talk about who are the best guys in the game, Ty Sebastian on the fringes and into the midst of that conversation.
Powerful hitter. Has really worked on his game at the batting, but in the last couple of years, his pitching has just improved vastly.
Upstairs to Luigi Pinto, off to just a red-hot start in the tournament. Had 3 home runs and 10 RBIs in the first couple of games. Cooled off a little bit, but still a guy that is very dangerous at the plate. Little off speed from Sebastian, down low, ball 2. Short in left, coming on is left fielder Corey Way. He will haul that in for second out of the inning. And we'll go to Manuel Godoy, the right fielder for the Circle Tap Dukes. Always in contention for an all-world nomination. High average, power. playing right field this tournament. He's been at first base at times for the Dukes over the years, a mainstay in this lineup for the team in black. Circle Tap, of course, the host team. We are at the Circle Tap Bar and Grill just on the outskirts of Denmark, Wisconsin, our host town, village, I think is officially the designation for Denmark. This has popped up to short left. Corey Way will make the second and the third outs of the top of the first inning. We'll go to the home half, Toronto BATMEN coming to the plate.
Whether you want to improve your grip in wet conditions or just to find the control you've been looking for, the Gorilla Gold Grip Enhancer has become the most recommended name in softball and in every sport where grip plays an important role. Gorilla Gold is the only grip enhancement approved by the ISC, ASA, and NCAA.
My name is Michael Holobradek. I'm from Czech Republic, playing for Hill United Chiefs, and I'm using Gorilla Gold.
My name is Pablo Miglevaca from Argentina, and for every game I use Gorilla Gold.
Hola, mi nombre es Samuel Villalbazo, pitcher de la Selección de México, y en todos mis juegos uso Gorilla Grip.
Welcome back to the bottom of the first inning. If you're just getting in with us on the ISC network, Blair Setford, Joe Todd. Here's the batting lineup for the Toronto BATMEN. Leading things off, it's Mason McKay. He'll be followed by Ty Sebastian, Denny Benson in the 3 spot. Corey Way bats cleanup. Cody Skelton. Mitch McKay, Adam Long in the 7 spot is the designated player. Derek Hyde, the catcher, bats 8. And Adam Alexander hits 9 for Toronto. Defensively for the Circle Tap Dukes, left to right across the outfield, Justin Laskowski, Tyler Johnson, and Manuel Godoy. Around the horn on the infield, Aleo Munoz, Dante Mudakatier, Matt Harrow is at second. Blair Ezekiel over at first base. That's Devin McCullough, Joe, with probably the most distinctive pitching motion out there on the circuit. Behind the dish, Luigo Pinto, the Venezuelan, for Circle Tap Dukes. Matt Palazzo, the designated player for the Dukes.
Yeah, you talked about Devin McCullough. Sometimes you almost think he's horizontal.
he gets up there. And this one misses in. One of the hardest throwers in the game. At times, a little erratic with the control. We've seen a couple of hit batmen this week. Not necessarily the Toronto guys, but hit batters, let's call it. Swing and a miss by Mason McKay. He and Mitch were members of the Canadian U23 team that was in Paraná, Argentina at the U23 World Cup. Trevor Topping is going to have a quick reminder for Devin McCullough about staying in the neighborhood of the board, keeping the pivot foot on top. You can't heel and toe. The pivot foot has to be primarily on the top of the board, and then you can't step in front. Here's a little two-hopper out the third. Munoz got to hurry and gets Mason McKay over at first. Good wheels at the top of that BATMEN lineup, but a ground out nonetheless to start the game.
Kind of surprised Ty Sebastian in that number 2 spot.
Well, he's there most of the time, and the new theory, Joe, is you put one of your top hitters in that 2 spot, a high average guy. You're looking to get your leadoff guy aboard, and then you have one of your best hitters in the 2 hole to try and get that early jump.
Ty Sebastian has 3 home runs so far in the tournament.
He's been picking up the RBIs too, I understand.
7 so far.
Now that'll be a little off the lead. There's some guys in the double digits with RBIs now. We're on the second last day of the tournament. Hard as it is to believe, the week seems like it's on roller skates downhill. Missing Monday in particular really was felt by a lot of the teams and the players too. It threw off the normal rhythm that everybody has here at the ISC World Tournament. But we're recovered, where everybody's on schedule. We had about a 3-hour delay, 3.5-hour delay yesterday as we had a flash storm come up, saturated all of the diamonds that are in use, and there were games that went deep into the night last night, particularly on the Legends side. And here at Circle Tap, JB started their game about 11:30 against RM Kurtz. And Roman Godoy with the most recent no-hitter in the tournament. Congratulations to Roman.
McCullough with 16 innings pitched so far, 2-1 record, 32 strikeouts and 2 walks.
Averaging about 2 per inning. That's right on pace for Devon. Sebastian had a notion to go. No, says our first base umpire. Joe, the umpires today.
Brandon Bloom at home plate, Mike Thibodeau at first base, and Trevor Topping at third.
McCullough shakes one from Pinto. Hard hopper, and McCullough, who fields his position well, despite what looks like he's way out of position once he releases the ball. But he's got a good glove out there, and he snares that hot shot. So a pair of groundouts so far for the Toronto Batmen, and we'll see if the 3-batter, Denny Benson, can change that. Denny Benson popped one out of here the other day, Joe. It went a long, long way.
He is a powerful hitter. Real strong upper body.
Well, there's the changeup from Devon McCullough that we did not see in the game against the Bear Creek Express the other night. Asked Matt Palazzo about that last night. He said the game plan against Bear Creek was a little bit different because of the familiarity. They wanted to do some different things. Another ground ball out to short. Monica Tier on to first for the out. 3 up, 3 down go the Batmen. Scoreless, nothing across in the first inning. We'll go to the top of the second. Circle Top Dukes coming back up to the plate.
Does your game need work? Want to get better every game? Every at-bat? You need Lumberjack Sports. Focusing on exceptional quality and providing players with reliable, long-lasting product, Lumberjack Sports brings you in-game equipment and off-field workout gear, designed and tested by top fastball player Nick Shales. Learn from the best. Play like the best. Check out lumberjacksports.ca to put your game over the top.
Blair Ezekiel, Leo Munoz, Tyler Johnson, Canada, Argentina, USA for the Circle Tap Dukes. And Joe, we're trying to figure out which of the yellow K-Masters we're going to use. Ty Sebastian gets one, frowns at it, but reluctantly takes it. Heads back to the board. They're pretty much all the same, although every pitcher will tell you, no, they're not. They're radically different.
Pitchers, you mean?
Exactly. Those pitchers. Upstairs from Sebastian. Blair Ezekiel, Joe Todd have had a stellar career here in the ISC. 7 times All-World. That matches brother Bradley. 2-0.
Pretty well lives out here full time in the summer, Oli.
Yeah, I think he comes down in late April, early May, if not before, and helps out with the high school girls team. The ball program here, Denmark minor ball, is quite something. The girls team is very competitive. The boys team has won the state championship the last 3 years. I mean, that's incredible for a village of 2,000 people. As Darren Derricks, when we talked to him about this last night, they've got a great program here, and they're very proud of that fact that they are the 3-time state champions, and good on them.
Blair 2 for 9 so far in the tournament. 14 plate appearances. He has been walked a lot. Great eye at the plate.
Fouls that one off. Blair's always been a clutch hitter, too. He's the guy that you want at the plate when there's men on base and an opportunity to drive in a run. And I can think, Joe, going back to 2008 with the Kitchener River Shark Twins, a big home run in the championship game against the Saskatoon Black Sox that year to help Kitchener to the first of their 2 world championships. Some big hits with the New York Gremlins over the years, and then Circle Tap, a huge home run in 2014, as looks at strike 3 there from Ty Sebastian. That one won't be in the highlight reel, that particular at bat.
Ty Sebastian so far, 18 innings of work, 3 games started, 3 wins, 43 strikeouts, and 3 walks.
That is a very impressive ratio of strikeouts to walks. So Munoz with 1 down, top of the 2nd inning. Blair Setford, Joe Todd on the ISC network. First of 5 that we are going to bring you today. 10 a.m., 12 p.m., 2 p.m., then 5 p.m., and the winter bracket final, Bear Creek Express and Niagara Stompers. If you were not with us yesterday, you missed 2, for vastly different reasons, spectacular ball games. Now, if you saw Sebastian in that pitch, you watched closely. The rise ball, he threw that slingshot style. He brought the arm up, and he didn't go all the way around. And he will do that occasionally with the rise ball. He actually talked about that on his podcast appearance on Outside the Chute with Randy Frame and Chris Hopewell, and he's got to be careful that he doesn't get picked on that.
Yeah, you don't want to be red on that.
But he will throw the rise ball like that occasionally. And it's just a different look, just a new wrinkle to throw at the batters. Strike on the outside corner to Tyler Johnson, and very quickly in a hole 0-2. As an infielder, Joe, I would love playing behind Ty Sebastian. 1, he racks up a lot of strikeouts, but 2, he works quickly. Swing and a miss. Johnson down on strikes. 3 up, 3 down go the Dukes in the top of the 2nd. We'll go to the home half. Toronto BATMEN coming back to the plate.
Welcome to Mont Hill Golf and Country Club. With our beautiful 27-hole golf course open to the public, we work tirelessly to ensure your time with us is second to none. Well, here you'll be able to enjoy an incredible dining experience at our very own Big Pete's Steakhouse. Play some of the best courses in the world with our state-of-the-art golf simulators. Upgrade your gear with the top brands at our pro shop, or host a stunning wedding, event, or conference inside one of our beautiful ballrooms. Learn all this and more at monthill.ca. We can't wait to see you soon. Welcome to Mont Hill.
For the best bear tent banter on the airwaves, listen to Dust Up with Hilly and Lolly. Here's some of the biggest stars chatting with 2 of Newfoundland's own, Jason Hill and Steve Mullally. It's unfiltered and uncensored. Dust Up with Hilly and Lolly, wherever you get your podcasts. Yes, bye.
Confident are you in your organization's security posture? If your answer isn't 100%, you're not alone. Corey Way batting cleanup for the Toronto BATMEN, and swings at that first offering from Devin McCullough. Nothing across so far, Joe. 3 ground balls for the Batmen in the bottom of the first. Ty Sebastian is racking up the strikeouts on the other side. Another ground ball, diving play over there by Munoz. Gets up to his knees and out at first base. That's a highlight play. Let's see that one again.
First baseman, number 33, Cody Skelton.
From his knees and gets Corey Way by half a step. That's a play, Joe.
Good strength in that upper body and that arm and shoulder to gun that ball over.
Takes away a base hit from Corey Way. Cody Skelton to the plate. Cody, the founder, I guess you'd say the general manager of the Toronto Batmen. And Joe, we would be remiss if we did not mention Cheryl Skelton being the 2023 recipient of the Denny Bruckert Dedication Award. That was handed out at the opening ceremonies way back on Sunday. And I can't think of a more deserving person than Cheryl Skelton. Her and husband Mike, Cody, Andy Skelton, been involved in the game for a long, long time. They helped to sponsor a number of teams. Here's a little multi-hopper out to Matt Harrow at first base. And Devin McCullough is just racking up ground ball after ground ball.
Hey, just get it done.
For a guy who's a high strikeout pitcher, this is actually a great game for him. Keep the pitch count down. But just to finish off the story on Cheryl Skelton and the Skeltons and their support for the game here at the ISC. Little flare. Ranging back, Montecatier will haul that in. We'll pick up that story as we go to the top of the third. Pitcher's duel between Ty Sebastian and Devin McCullough. Stay with us on the ISC Network.
How confident are you in your organization's security posture? If your answer isn't 100%, you're not alone. Most organizations aren't doing enough to protect their data, and they know it. With Armitage Technology, you can stop worrying about IT security issues so you can focus on moving your business forward. Our experienced staff monitor and maintain your IT infrastructure to keep your business running. Visit us at armitagetech.com and make your technology work for your business.
$7-8-9 for the Circle Tap Dukes. Dante Montecatier, Justin Laskowski, Matt Harrow, New Zealand, Canada, Australia. Well, Montecatier, based in Australia these days. The son of ISC Hall of Famer Thomas Macchia. Father-son duo got to win an ISC championship back in 2016 with the Toronto Gators. Dante Montecatier was the game-winning run. Pinch running out at second base. Shane Boland launched one into the night sky back then, and Dante was the first guy to touch the plate.
Blair, I've been really impressed with how well both teams are sharp on the defense so far this morning. I don't care what you say. That first game in the morning is always key, and so many games are won and lost in that first and second innings of those morning games.
Well, nobody better than Aleo Munoz, who's had a couple of sharp plays already over at third base for the Dukes. They've had a couple of late nights, Joe, as Montecatier swings and misses at the rise ball down on strikes. Sebastian is racking them up. How many is that for Ty? Five now? 5 just into the the top of the third inning. Justin Laskowski for the Dukes, member of Team Canada, silver medalist at the WBSC World Cup in early December 2022 down in Auckland, New Zealand. There's a strike. Ty Sebastian was a member of that team as well. Ty pitched a no-hitter in that tournament for Canada against South Africa. Called strike down at the bottom of the zone. Laskowski not convinced. And upstairs.
Good pitch, changing the height of the ball.
1-2 to Laskowski. 8 batter in the circle top order. Make it even, 2-2. Matt Harrow awaits on plate. Joe, just want to finalize that story with Cheryl Skelton, and they're the main sponsors for the Batmen. They're helping out other teams here, the Coburg Force and the Legends division. There are others who are also getting some support from the Skeltons, and really want to say thank you to them. They help out here on the ISC network as well. So thank you, Cheryl Skelton, Mike Skelton, Cody. Andy, know you're out there watching. Everything you guys do for the game of fast pitch, we thank you for it. We salute you for it too. Derek Hyde, Ty Sebastian. Can't quite get on the same page. Sebastian stepped off, back on the board now. And Laskowski upstairs chases, and a wave of the hand like the bat had a mind of its own up there. What are you doing? I didn't want to do that. I know the feeling. Matt Harrow to the dish. Matt Harrow, member of the gold medal winning Aussie Steelers. And also the gold medal winning Aussie Junior Steelers, I guess they are.
Yes.
The U23 world champions. He and Jack Besgrove. Riley James, I think, was another member of both of those teams. And Joe, unlike most of the circuit players where the back foot is on or even over the line at the back of the box, Matt Harrow kind of straddling the middle of the box, almost with the back foot even with the back of the plate. Swings and misses at that rise ball. Featuring a lot right now is the rise, Joe. He's throwing one at the letters, and then he's throwing one even higher, too, to get guys to chase.
We'll see if he mixes it up here.
Now, that was a bit off speed. That wasn't full velocity, but it wasn't the full-blown changeup either. And Sean Cleary did that a number of times last night. We were calling it a three-quarter change, where he just geared down a little bit, just enough to throw off the batter's timing. And if you were sitting on the change, it wasn't that, but it wasn't the heat either.
Well, it sets him up for his next pitch. That's the big story.
Swing and a miss at the rise ball and a slam of the bat into the dirt. Ty Sebastian strikes out the side. That's 7 through 3 innings for the fireballer from Brussels, Ontario. We'll head to the bottom of the third. His Batmen coming back up scoreless. A good one, pitcher's duel. Come back with us on the ISC network.
This business was opened in 1965 by my father, Ned Matiosi. Could have walked in here 25, 30 years ago and seen just about the same thing. The process of making this suit takes about 6 weeks. It goes through about 12 or 13 hands as it's moved along the line. It's an old-time place. Making stuff from scratch here in the city at a reasonable cost. It's a very personal type of business.
Adam Long, Derek Hyde, and Adam Alexander, 7, 8, 9. Ontario, 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 as opposed to the multi-nation Circle Tap Dukes lineup and all Ontario lineup for the Toronto BATMEN.
Sebastian is still looking for his first strikeout of the game here in the third inning. Sorry, I'm not awake either. Devin McCullough.
How many coffees did you have this morning?
No
Joe?
coffees.
Not enough. Well,
no
there's your problem right there.
No coffee. I had 2 orange juices. No sugar in the system, I guess.
Well, we'll get you Snickers. How's that?
Sure, that'll work.
Zeros across the board so far. Nobody's been able to touch either of these guys just yet. A little foul off at the plate. McCullough, uncharacteristically though, Joe, as you were saying, looking for his first strikeout here in the third. He has got 5 ground balls and a pop-up. But honestly, that isn't a very efficient line right now for Devin McCullough, who is a strikeout pitcher, throws a lot of pitches every game, often runs deep into the count. We got a 2-2 count here on Adam Long leading things off in the third.
He's keeping the ball low in the strike zone, which is giving him all those infield ground balls.
And absolutely nothing wrong with that. That one misses down low. Pinto held it there an extra second for Brandon Bloom to have a good look at it, but saw enough. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. And there's called strike 3. Can't get the bat off the shoulder. Adam Long caught looking, and there's the first strikeout of the game for Devin McCullough. Derek Hyde to the plate. A terrific receiver behind the plate is Derek Hyde from the Tavistock area in southwestern Ontario.
Really progressed in the last couple of years. Great receiver, good guy to call a great game behind the plate. Knows a lot of the good batters. Has a great arm at the plate.
Joe, I remember listening to Ryan Boland on Dust Up. And I don't say that because Dust Up, one of our sponsors, but it was a great episode with Ryan Boland and Sean O'Brien, rather. And you know, those are the last 2 catchers for Team Canada. And Sean O'Brien spent a lot of time with Ryan Boland when he was coming up, and they asked on the swing. And I guess they said no because it's now 3-0. We're blocked out from Trevor Topping. He literally is hiding behind a phone pole from our vantage point. And there's a called strike. And where I'm going with this story was Sean passed on the knowledge to Ryan. Ryan, who's the current Team Canada catcher, is looking for the next Team Canada catcher to come along. And he's waiting for the phone call. He literally said, I want somebody to call me, and I'm going to pass that along. And I hope that Derek Hyde and the McKay kid who caught for Canada U23, and there are some other young catchers out there, Canadian catchers, guys, pick up the phone, send a text, make a good old-fashioned phone call send a WhatsApp message to Ryan Boland. If you don't have his phone number, call me. I'll give you Ryan's number.
And thank you, Ryan, for stepping forward and showing up for the future of our game.
But somebody's got to reach out and want to take that job.
Yeah.
Because Ryan Boland is not going to be there forever. There's going to be a lot of changeover on the Canadian national team. Team USA is doing a good job of this. They're bringing along some youngsters, and they've got a bright future in that program. You look at Marco Diaz out here throwing mid to high 80s the other night. They've got Bradley Kilpatrick, who's already pitched them to a bronze medal. We've got some good young players coming along in the Canadian system, but we need to work on this transition to the next cycle and the next phase for the Canadian national team. They've done a great job in Argentina. The Czech Republic has got some great players coming along. Where they're struggling is New Zealand. And you look at the results that they just had over the last cycle down and as they hosted the men's tournament, and then the Major Sox were 6th at the U23 event, and that team is in transition. They've got a new coach now with Thomas Macchia coming aboard, and I'm sure that he's going to have a game plan to bring the Black Sox back up to their former glory.
Yes, attrition will always catch up with you eventually.
Two balls, two strikes. The foul tip into the glove. That should be strike 3.
Yes, I think
Adam
so.
Alexander. I've got 2 balls, 2 strikes on the scoreboard. We've got it on our... Now, he did bobble it, but it didn't hit the ground. What's the call there, Joe? You're more of a rules expert than I am.
I don't think so.
He didn't catch it cleanly.
No, he's got to catch it cleanly in the...
He's got it in between the knees. So
okay.
They've got an out. It didn't hit the ground.
Didn't hit the ground.
So that's the explanation.
Have to check the rule book there.
Adam Alexander is going to get. Well, I'm going to trust those 3 guys on the field that they got it right. So Adam Alexander down on strikes.
Center fielder, number 22.
Hyde aboard on the walk. So Mason McKay, top of the shop, grounded out to third in his first trip. In for a strike. So just the second strikeout of the game for Devin McCullough, but he's got 2 of them this inning. That's a little flare out over the head of the shortstop, Dante Mudagatir, trying to go coast to coast, sliding in safely at third as the throw goes to second. Derek Hyde up to third base on the first hit of the ball game. Mason McKay in his second trip punches a little squib out over the head of Mudagatir into left. And the Toronto BATMEN threatening here with the guy you want at the plate, Ty Sebastian, coming up for Toronto.
A good turn at second base really helped Derek Hyde shut down that distance between first and third.
Pitcher, Ty Sebastian.
Joe Todd McCullough from Alberta sends in a message. That is the right call on that bobbled but not dropped.
I guess
third
the trap,
strike.
yep. The ball probably has to stay within the possession of the catcher.
First pitch strike on the inside corner from McCullough. And I guess, Joe, if you think about it like any other catch, you can bobble it. And there was a great clip the other day that was making the rounds on social media where a left fielder must have touched the ball 6 times before he finally corralled it. Sebastian pops this one up. Short left. Coming in on the run is Justin Laskowski. And he'll make the grab for the final out of the inning. McCullough and the Dukes work out of that little jam in the third inning. We are scoreless through 3 complete. We'll go to the top of the 4th. The Dukes coming back to the plate, coming back to the top of the shop.
Whether you want to improve your grip in wet conditions or just to find the control you've been looking for, the Gorilla Gold Grip Enhancer has become the most recommended name in softball and in every sport where grip plays an important role. Gorilla Gold is the only grip enhancement approved by the ISC, ASA, and NCAA.
Hello, my name is Michael Holobradek. I'm from Czech Republic, playing for Hill United Chiefs, and I'm using Gorilla Gold.
My name is Pablo Miglevaca from Argentina, and for every game I use Gorilla Gold.
Hola, mi nombre es Samuel Villalbazo, pitcher de la selección de México y en todos mis juegos uso Gorilla Grip.
Hi, I'm Adam Folker. I play for the Hill United Chiefs from Australia, and I've been using Gorilla Gold my whole life. My name's Jack Vesco from Australia, and I can't pitch without Gorilla Gold.
Gorilla Gold, the feel for the game.
For the best Bear Tent banter on the airwaves, listen to Dust Up with Hilly and Lolly. Here's some of the biggest stars chatting with two of Newfoundland's own, Jason Hill and Steve Mullally. It's unfiltered and uncensored. Dust Up with Hilly and Lolly, wherever you get your podcasts. Yes, bye.
Joe, want to give a shout out to Nick Fisher and his son Evan, who have been doing a great job with the photography here at the ISC World Tournament. Daily posts up on Facebook, especially when the internet at the hotel is cooperating.
3 in the morning usually works.
Well, it's tough. Guys come back from the park at 11, 12 a.m. and everybody's trying to get on the internet, and including us, and we're trying to do the social media posts, and the internet is jammed up. But Nick and Evan are around at all the parks. Palazzo, a little flare out to Adam Alexander, and he is retired. Matt just got that one off the edge. Mike Thibodeau just wanted to take a look at the ball. It's right off the end of the bat. Make sure that the ball wasn't cut. Luiger Pinto, catcher for Circle Tap from Venezuela. So we go USA, Venezuela, Argentina. The top 3 in the order for the Dukes. Chases the good drop ball from Ty Sebastian. Breaks the form a little bit. Second time through. Joe, you want to make the adjustments?
Pinto is having a great tournament, 8 for 13 with a double and 3 home runs.
Well, those 3 home runs, I think, came in his first 4 at-bats in the tournament. I mean, we did a couple of those Circle Tap games early, and he was on fuego, on fire.
And the key part of that, 11 RBIs.
Chases upstairs. Pinto flexing to try and get loose up there, Joe. It is just 10:36 local time, Central in eastern Wisconsin. Not too far from the shores of Lake Michigan. What are we, about 3 hours north of Chicago, directly north?
Yes.
Got to go through Milwaukee to get here. Green Bay is just on the other side of Denmark. As you come up the highway north, Pinto chases up and out of the strike zone. 8 now on the morning for Ty Sebastian. Manuel Godoy to the plate.
Just a beautiful day here. Nice temperature. Not a cloud in the sky.
Yeah, beautiful blue skies here. Supposed to be great weather the rest of the week. Godoy chases up. 19 Celsius, that is about 68, 70 Fahrenheit. It's just going to get warmer from here, Joe. Sebastian tried to go a little higher, a little harder. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Luciano Lafrano, Carol Doreste on our action camera, out perched on the top of the first base dugout, behind the screen. A little safer here than in Simcoe. Just off the corner. Luciano is on the injury list too, Joe.
Yeah.
Banged up his knee yesterday. We're worried about Luciano. He won't be running anywhere today. Swings and misses, chases the rise ball upstairs. Another 1-2-3 inning. Down go the Dukes. A couple of more strikeouts for Ty Sebastian. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. A real good one here. Devin McCullough coming back out. He's got it going on just as well.
Catcher, inch by inch, we'll fight to make the lives of First Nations people in this community, this province, and on this continent better. We know we have a long way to go.
It'll be Denny Benson, Corey Way, and Cody Skelton for the Toronto Batmen here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Joe just talked off air about the confidence that Ty Sebastian seems to be carrying right now.
Yeah, Ty's just full of confidence. He's really working quickly. And when you get on a roll like that, you want to keep your momentum flowing as quickly as you can.
Way upstairs from Devin McCullough. Joe, for a Friday morning at 10 a.m. start time, about 10:41 a.m. now. There's a fairly good crowd here. I don't know whether commerce has stopped in the Denmark area, but the bleachers right up against the fence on the first base side, as well as down in front of us here on the third base side, are all full. There's people up on the patio. Few people scattered across the outfield seats in the sun. Denny Benson chases way upstairs for strike 3.
Well, this area loved their fastball, and I bet you when it was confirmed a couple of years ago that Circle Tap had the World Tournament, I bet you a lot of people plan their holidays around this.
Well, we know there are a lot of people who do plan their annual holidays around this, and some of the retired folks who follow the circuit around from weekend to weekend, Tim Maz in particular, special shout out to them. Doug Roberts, who seems to be always at the big tournaments, has spent every day here nose pressed up against the fence, right in behind home plate. Not sure if he's in your frame there.
No, not here yet.
But Doug, not here? Come on.
No.
Can't be missing a game.
Might be an eating.
He might be inside, but I guarantee you he is on the premises. Tim Maz is down in front of us. Today he's got a green polo shirt on, dark green with a gray hat. Got the sunglasses on. You'd recognize him if you saw him. So shout out to our great ISC fans. And of course, everybody joining us around the world. We know you're out there. We don't always get to respond in person to the posts on social media, but we do see them, and we do thank you for joining us all week, regardless of what time zone it is, where you are, Northern Hemisphere or Southern. Thank you for being with Joe and I here this week.
Had a really cool moment yesterday, Blair. When we had that rain delay, I had a chance to sit beside John Miller, the gentleman that was named after this ball field. And I had a great talk with him, and great guy, super guy. He knows everybody in town, and everybody knows him.
Yeah, yeah. Hall of Famer John Miller. To Hopper out to Mudakatir at short, and he will throw out Corey Way. Just a true gentleman, John Miller. Went into the Hall of Fame a few years back, and certainly deservedly so. We talked to Darren Derricks last night. He started sponsoring the Circle Tap Dukes in a big way in 1995. Cody Skelton swings over the top of that. But he was inspired by John Miller getting involved in the game. Darren just loves the game. You could just see it last night as we chatted away, and it was in the midst of that tremendous ball game between the Bear Creek Express and the New York Gremlins, and between myself, Matt Palazzo, and Darren. There are times where we just stop talking and we just let ourselves enjoy the action on the field, and it was just a great game. Bear Creek Express coming away with a 5-3 win. They scored 2 runs in the top of the 7th. First pitch in the top of the 7th. Jordan Pomeroy hit one into the trees in right center field. Shocked everybody here at the park. Not that Jordan Pomeroy can't hit home runs. He's got a couple of them here in the tournament, but just Jack Besgrove has just got that reputation. And it was a shocker last night. The Bear Creek Express 5-3 winner. Sean Cleary bobbed and weaved his way, escaped bases loaded jams in the 5th and the 6th. And, you know, Joe, we've been talking all season, who can beat the New York Gremlins? And we had 2 guys on our list, Sean Cleary and Huemo Mata. And Sean did it last night. This one is flared out to left field. Laskowski on the run and makes the grab for 3rd out of the inning. This seesaw battle between Ty Sebastian and Devin McCullen, it continues. We'll go to the top of the 5th. This one moving along at a good pace. Circle Tap Dukes coming back to the plate.
The New York Gremlins congratulate our own Dr. Bob Neidick on his induction to the ISC Hall of Fame as this year's recipient of the Bob Welby Memorial Recognition of Service Award. Dr. Bob is a 4-time ISC World Champ, winning his first 2 titles with the Kitchener River Shark Twins in 2008 and 2009. His second 2 came with us in 2018 and 2019, and he says, we're not done. Bob started in the game when he was 17 in Pennsylvania and played in a national championship in 1996. His first ISC World Tournament was 2004 in Fargo, North Dakota. Since 2012, he's been a Gremlins co-sponsor, and we couldn't be prouder of him to be recognized for all of his contributions to the game.
Congratulations, Dr. Bob! For the best Bear Tent banter on the airwaves, listen to Dust Up with Hilly and Lolly. Here's some of the biggest stars chatting with 2 of Newfoundland's own, Jason Hill and Steve Mullally. It's unfiltered and uncensored. Dust Up with Hilly and Lolly, wherever you get your podcasts.
Well, yes, bye, indeed. And Joe Todd, I'm told that Steve Mullally will be arriving here today at Circle Tap, and time called. There's a bat leaning against the fence, and we don't want that. That becomes a safety hazard. Good job there by Mike Thibodeau, the first base umpire, to spot that. Joe, the other shocking result last night were the Niagara Stompers with a beatdown on the Hill United Chiefs, a 14-1 final. Blair Ezekiel thought he had one up the middle, and what an outstanding play out there by Mitch McKay, ranging well over to his left to go pick that up. Near the bag, makes the throw on the run, and throws out Blair Ezekiel. That is replay worthy.
What range there by McKay. Pick that up cleanly like that.
No replay? Not on that one? Okay, well, we'll have to, if you're watching on YouTube, just hit rewind and you can watch that one for yourself. Upstairs to Aleo Munoz, but he went over 5-6 steps to his left. I was literally about to say Blair Ezekiel with a base hit for the Dukes, but stolen by Mitch McKay. And that one is flared out to left, and that is going to get down and rattle around in the corner. And Munoz around second throws out the e-brake and aboard with a double and a clap of the hands for Aleo Munoz. Punch down the opposite way. Corey Way has got to go get that. It rattles around in the corner. Munoz took a look at third, and you see him make his way back. And Cody Skelton, the in-between guy there, going to get the equipment and helping coach for Circle Tap take that off. So a little bit of adversity for Ty Sebastian and the Batmen to deal with, as a great scoring opportunity for the Circle Tap Dukes. Tyler Johnson at the plate, and he flares the first one well foul down the left side. And one down here in the inning. First base hit, first base runner for Circle Tap. The Batmen got 2 aboard back in the 3rd inning. Those are the only base runners that they've had. But right here, right now, great opportunity for Tyler Johnson to put his team in the lead, and that will get this crowd excited. Big hole between first and second. As shaded over towards the bag is Adam Alexander, and Johnson chases that one way upstairs. And Joe, 0-2, you've got to show a little bit more plate discipline here.
Well, especially with the runner in scoring position.
Just off the outside corner. Good pitch, good take by Tyler Johnson. All-World, first team last year. Remember Team USA. Choked up on the bat. And that's a good take, too, by Johnson, given that 0-2 pitch that he chased. That one just above the letters and laid off it. Hyde is going to go out and have his one defensive conference of the inning. Here comes shortstop Mitch McKay as well. So they're changing up the signals, I would assume. In comes Adam Alexander. He's going to want to get in on this conversation at the end of it as well. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 down, runner out at second. Tyler Johnson at the plate. Takes ball 3. Circle Tap's first look at the game, at a scoring opportunity. Want to take advantage of it when it comes, Joe. You might not get very many.
I think this is the first time Ty Sebastian's gone to a full count.
Line past Cody Skelton. That's going to bring in a run that's going to rattle around in the corner. Johnson is flying around second into third with a stand-up triple. That was past Cody Skelton before he could get the glove up. That's how hard that was hit. And the circle tap Dukes string together 2 extra base hits here in the top of the 5th. They take a 1-0 lead.
Back-to-back hits there. Munoz and Tyler Johnson combining for that first run.
Johnson out at third has got really good wheels, can score in a ground ball. Mitch McKay is in a bit at short, same with Alexander at second. Matakatir fouls this one straight back, big swing. Cody Skelton is back at first, Joe. I would love a little safety squeeze here down the first base bag. And if you can just put a little slow roller down there, Johnson is going to score easy.
Playing very deep with 1 out.
That is laced past Johnny Baker at third, and Tyler Johnson scores the easy way, give an RBI single to Dante Matakatir, and it's now 2-0 for the circle tap Dukes. And Joe, back-to-back hits.
Exactly, 3 consecutive hits, drawing in that second run of the game now.
I'd like to see a mound visit here from the Toronto coaching staff, but nobody forthcoming. In with a strike to Justin Laskowski. Just to give everybody on the infield a bit of a break even too, Joe.
Yes.
Especially Ty Sebastian at this point. That one misses downstairs, in and out of the glove of Hyde, but Matakatir not going anywhere. Well, that's excited the crowd a little bit. Waking everybody up at 10:55 local time. Joe, I know you were out doing the ISC 2 championship game. Did a great job of getting that game going up at Denmark at the Upper Diamond at Memorial Park, and the Pueblo Bandits 6-0 winners. And congratulations to Chris Santos and the Santos family on their first ever ISC championship, bringing home the ISC 2 title yesterday. 6-0 winners over the Georgia Bay Giants from Wyerton, Ontario. If you look on the ISC website and social media this morning, you'll see the entire ISC 2 all-tournament team, the most valuable players and pitchers and newcomers. This one is punched out to deep right. Benson is going across, ricochets off the fence. Laskowski with a double. And that's 4 in a row, Joe, and all of them pretty hard hit.
They're starting to pick up a read on Ty Sebastian here.
Well, I don't see anybody in the dugout, but we get a belated visit out to the mound with Ryan James on his way out. And I don't know whether Toronto's had anybody working out behind the dugout. I haven't seen anybody in the bullpen down in foul territory.
Dustin Veenhoff and Tyler Anderson, potential candidates for the replacement.
Well, Veenhoff, we saw him the other night against the New York Gremlins and threw extraordinarily well. Gave up a couple of runs, but who hasn't against the New York Gremlins? But honestly, he held them down with just a mixture of off-speed and spins and kept the ball down. Coming up, Joe, after this one, the Grand Prairie Pirates will take on JB out of Agora Hills in California. I think JB will be the final team out of the top 10 to be featured here on the ISC network. And I know you JB fans have been waiting for it all week. Your team has been on the alternate diamonds or on the alternate time slots. And we're happy to be featuring JB coming up here. Scheduled noon start, Central Time. Ground ball, McKay comes up with it, but no play at the plate. It's breaking on contact, Dante Mudakatier, and make it 3-0 now for the Dukes. Coach Scott Standifer, Hall of Fame coach, over in the third base box, and he had the contact play on and bobbled just momentarily by McKay over there at short, and that was more than enough to allow Mudakatier to score. Able to get the out.
3-run outburst here.
To Todd McCabe, our Canada West Commissioner and Vice President of Canada here in the ISC East, as makes some rounds and drops off some paperwork. Good morning. With 3 big runs for the Dukes here in the 5th and counting. Not done yet. Matt Palazzo to the dish, and hard hit ball to Cody Skelton. He is 4 feet behind the bag, makes the grab on the 2 hoppers, steps on first for the final out, but a very productive inning for Circle Tap. They push across 3. They'll take that into the home half of the 5th. Toronto BATMEN, Joe Todd, got to answer and answer quickly. Early is getting late.
For the latest in softball innovation, the website where you can experience the best tournaments in the Americas.
Live games, news, tournaments, and much, much more.
The best quality live softball, on demand so you can watch when you want. Become a Premier member now. SoftballPremierTV.com.
Live it on Softball Premier. Well, Joe, the Toronto BATMEN are down in a hole. Circle Tap Dukes would like to keep them there. Big, important inning here for Devin McCullough and the Dukes to throw up another 0 and not let Toronto get right back into this one.
Well, BATMEN have to find a reply real quick right now. Got to get base runners. We don't care how. Want to make things happen. 1 hit so far in the game. Devin McCullough with just 3 strikeouts.
Well, just 3, but he's done a masterful job of keeping the ball down, and Toronto has just hit it into the ground. And that is perfectly fine. In fact, if you're Devin McCullough, I think you would take 21 ground balls, honestly.
Sure.
Here. He's probably going to be back out here at some point later today. Jorge Segura, the number 2 guy, and he may get the start this afternoon. But I got to think if McCullough can keep the pitch count down, he'll be the guy they go to in the afternoon game if they do get there. Mitch McKay, Adam Long, Derek Hyde, the batters for Toronto. Mitch McKay down on strikes. Just the 4th one of the inning of the game for Devin McCullough. First of the inning. Adam Long to the dish.
Devin McCullough with just 57 pitches so far here in the 5th inning. Approximately 12 per inning. Ball gapping over the head of second baseman Matt Harrow, giving Adam Long a base hit.
So Derek Hyde to the dish. And Joe, this is what the Toronto Batmen need. If you're a fan of the Batmen, need to get a couple runners aboard. You need to get back to Sebastian and Benson in the middle of your order. Corey Way, the guys that can run into one and perhaps tie this game with one swing. But you got to have some runners aboard to do that too. Hyde worked a walk back in the third inning, and that is punched out to left for a base hit. So the Batmen answering back, a couple of base runners. Adam Alexander now to the plate. And Joe, the last few games we've done here, we have seen 3-4 home runs from 9 batters that have changed the complexion of games. None more so than Blake Underwood last night for the Niagara Stompers. A 2-run home run in the second, a 3-run bomb in the third set the Stompers on their way to a big 14-1 win over the Hill United Chiefs last night. 5 RBIs for Adam Alexander in the 9 spot. Or sorry, for Blake Underwood in the 9 spot. Adam Alexander would like to replicate that. Called a strike. He and Blake Underwood, pretty good friends, I think, too, from the same neck of the woods.
Well, they both would have played on the Waterloo Twins.
Or the Kitchener Twins.
Sorry.
You're showing your age there, Joe, with the Waterloo Twins. That one is fouled out of play. Waterloo Twins, of course, the moniker of that squad for a number of years through the 90s and into the early 2000s. Kitchener Twins more recently. For the youngsters in the crowd who may be wondering, who are the Waterloo Twins?
Yeah.
That's out of play on the left side.
Boy, if Adam Alexander can get on and continue on with this inning, really sets up that top part of the order with McKay, Sebastian, and Benson.
McCullough waits for the ball that he likes. (0-2) to Adam Alexander. Adam Long out at second. Derek Hyde at first and waves at strike 3. Kind of a half-hearted swing, Joe, like he
just wasn't prepared.
No, not set for that at all. Back to the top of the shop, Mason McKay. 2 down in the inning. This is a big at-bat right here for both teams. Devin McCullough does not want to have to face Ty Sebastian with more runners aboard. Toronto want Ty Sebastian to the plate with runners aboard. Big at-bat right here. Upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike to Mason McKay. Ground out and a single. And that one is well upstairs, and a good job there by Luiger Pinto to intercept that before it got to the screen. Can't hold up, chases the rise ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 runners aboard. Biggest at bat of the game right now for Mason McKay and the Toronto Batmen.
That was a great pitch by Devin McCullough.
Foul back to the screen. McKay stays alive in the box.
McKay has to stay aggressive in this situation. 2-2 count.
Yeah, you do not want to leave this in the hands of the umpire. As competent as Brandon Bloom is, be swinging. Be ready to go. That one misses downstairs. So a full count allows the runners to get into scoring position. McCullough, long look in, touches the Gorilla Gold rag. And that gets through the infield. Getting the wave to go around and score is Adam Long, and a big base hit for Mason McKay on the left side. Make it 3-1 Toronto, and the guy you want at the dish, if you're a BATMEN fan, is digging into that right side batter's box, Ty Sebastian. Joe, do you put him on?
No.
You don't?
No, I'm going to pitch carefully to him.
I am putting Ty Sebastian on all day long, and I will take my chances with Denny Benson. You do not let Ty Sebastian beat you here in this circumstance.
Great clutch at bat by Mason McKay.
Up and out of the zone, strike one. I wonder if this may be the unintentional, intentional walk. But this is the best player for Toronto by a mile. And you do not want to let him beat you if you are Devin McCullough, the Circle Tap Dukes, in this situation. Chases upstairs. Did Devin McCullough a favor there.
Sebastian very eager. Got to gear himself down.
Swings and misses. That one right down County Road MM, and if you can hit it, you can. Devin McCullough. And I think this is his nature, Joe. I remember listening to Devin on one of the podcasts, probably Dust Up, saying, we're going after him. In this type of situation, I think it was Wayne Laulu back then, talking about the 2021 ISC World Championship game when Devin was with the Hill United Chiefs. Here with Circle Tap, similar situation.
Got to keep that ball right at the knees.
Or at the shoulders. Well, that's a good take by Ty Sebastian. A courageous take with 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, 2 runners aboard. 2 down in the inning. 3-1 score in favor of the Circle Tap Dukes. Looking to get out of this jam, Devin McCullough. Way upstairs, 3-2, and some gymnastics by Luigi Pinto to go get that one.
Great play by Pinto. That could have advanced 2 runners.
Joe, this is almost identical to the Mason McKay at bat. A full count. Again, the runners will be on the move, so give them an advantage. And Sebastian fouls this one straight back to the screen.
McCullough with 76 pitches so far.
Can't get on the same page. McCullough and Pinto, that was a lot of looks in. Swing and a miss. They get him. Devin McCullough, a big strikeout, the biggest one of the game for McCullough and the Dukes. The crowd erupts into applause. The BATMEN, strand 2, they score 1. They draw a little closer, but that was a huge, huge out for Devin McCullough and the Dukes.
Whether you want to improve your grip in wet conditions or just to find the control you've been looking for, the Gorilla Gold Grip Enhancer has become the most recommended name in softball and in every sport where grip plays an important role. Gorilla Gold is the only grip enhancement approved by the ISC, ASA, and NCAA.
Hello, my name is Michael Holobradek. I'm from Czech Republic, playing for Hill United Chiefs, and I'm using Gorilla Gold.
My name is Pablo Miglevaca from Argentina, and for every game I use Gorilla Gold.
Hola, mi nombre es Samuel Vielvaso, pitcher de la selección de México y en todos mis juegos uso Gorilla Grip.
Hi, I'm Adam Folker. I play for the Hill United Chiefs from Australia, and I've been using Gorilla Gold my whole life. My name's Jack Vesco from Australia, and I can't pitch without Gorilla Gold.
Gorilla Gold, the feel for the game.
Joe, Ty Sebastian is going to have to compartmentalize that at bat, lock it away, and get back out to doing business on the board. He's got to face 2, 3, 4 for the Circle Top Dukes, Luigo Pinto, Manuel Godoy, Blair Ezekiel. His team got him one. That was a tough at bat for Ty with the game on his shoulders there, but now you got to go back out and pitch.
Yeah, you have to regroup, reset, refocus, especially against Pinto. He's having a great tourney.
Chases that one upstairs for first strike as he fouls it off.
Pinto looking for his first hit of the game, flew out to the left fielder back in the first and struck out, swinging in the fourth.
Yeah, he's cooled off a little bit from the beginning of the week where he didn't miss a pitch. And this one well hit, center field, going back to the fence. He didn't miss this one. Luigo Pinto, a solo home run for the Circle Top Dukes, and they get that run right back and make it 4-1 now for the team in black.
Full swing there by Pinto, grabbing all that ball, driving over that center field fence. Adding to his RBI total, too.
And the body language, Joe, for Ty Sebastian tells it all right now. Luciano Afrano is going to go out and make a couple of adjustments, folks, so we'll be on this shot here for a few moments until Luciano gets back in. He is the shot caller, he is the audio mixer, he is the technical producer and everything else, and I think maybe there might be a power connection that needs to be reestablished. So Luciano literally is right behind your camera view. This one is right up the grain elevator and ranging way in behind second base. Adam Alexander goes about 50 feet to go get that one. Mitch McKay, Mason McKay, having a family get-together alongside Adam Alexander.
If you look at the top of those trees and maybe in that camera shot, there's a lot of movement with that wind still.
Yeah, just in behind that green and white tent on the right side of your frame. Blair Ezekiel to the dish. Luciano is hobbling his way back up here. Hurt his knee yesterday sliding around in the rain. He and Carroll set up and took down the cameras about 3 times yesterday as we had rain come in, leave, come back. We had that torrential downpour at around 3 p.m. And Luciano may have torn a knee. One misses downstairs from Sebastian. And Blair Ezekiel draws a walk. One down. We'll quickly get a pinch runner as Ryan Sinclair steps in to run for Blair. And we're going to get a mound visit from Ryan Janes. And that will be it for Ty Sebastian. He will give way to Dustin Wienhoff. We'll take a break as Wienhoff comes in to take his warm-up pitches. And Joe, you wonder maybe if that might have been the wiser course of action to start the inning with Dustin. Nonetheless, we'll let him get warmed up. So, Joe, in addition to Ryan Sinclair coming on to run for the Dukes, Adam Alexander for the Batmen moves over to third. Ty Sebastian stays in the game. Go get his infielder's glove, and he'll be out at second base. Johnny Baker, who was the default player, the defensive-only player for the Batmen, comes out of the lineup.
Wienhoff still brings good strikes and has a great strike zone. He just has a whole different windmill style. Really slow with his windmill style, but a quick release once the ball leaves his hand.
Fouled off by Wienhoff. Indeed, Joe, a completely different look. Left-handed, Ty Sebastian, hard-throwing righty. Wienhoff more of a nibbler. Spins and curves and drop balls. Was very effective against the Gremlins the other night. Got the start, bit of a surprise start, but held them down. Not completely scoreless, but held them down through 3.5. Maybe it was asking a bit too much for him to get through 4 innings against the Gremlins, but a little bit less than that here against the Dukes. Need to shut the door the rest of the way and give the Batmen offense an opportunity to try to draw back even in this one if they can. Munoz chases way upstairs for strike 3, and now some activity in the bullpen for the Dukes as Jorge Segura gets up. Maybe we'll get a shot of Jorge in the bullpen. Tyler Johnson, who got the Dukes on the board with that triple an inning ago, scored Munoz, who had opened things up with a double. And that helped to open up the floodgates for Circle Tap. Fouls this one straight back to the screen. Joe, it'll be interesting to see if Segura does come on in relief. Complete opposite style, too, with Jorge Segura. Devin McCullough, mostly the rise ball and change up. Segura, drop ball specialist, gets a lot of ground balls. Threw a 5-inning no-hitter the other day. For Circle Tap, on the move is Sinclair, and that is it for the Dukes as Johnson strikes out for the third out of the inning. But the big home run by Luiger Pinto restores that 3-run lead for Circle Tap. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Toronto trailing 4-1.
For the best Bear Tent banter on the airwaves, listen to Dust Up with Hilly and Lolly. Here's some of the biggest stars chatting with two of Newfoundland's own, Jason Hill and Steve Mullally. It's unfiltered and uncensored. Dust Up with Hilly and Lolly, wherever you get your podcasts. Yes, bye.
Denny Benson, Corey Way, Cody Skelton, 3-4-5 for the Toronto Batmen. Devin McCullough back out on the board here for the bottom of the 6th inning. Denny Benson lofts this one way up in the air. Ranging back close to the fence and making the grab is Tyler Johnson. Out in left field now is Matt Ratliff for the Dukes. Justin Laskowski gives way. Matt Ratliff, the veteran on the Dukes, been around here, Joe, for a number of years. Several times All-World for Circle Tap. Benson hit the bottom of that one, not the back of it, way up in the air, and still got it out near the fence. That was about a 45.5-footer, scooped up nicely by Luiger Pinto. Big shout out to our games controller, Chris, bringing us the lineups for the next one. JB and the Grand Prairie Pirates. Pirates will be the home team. Steve Normand, the starter. Ramon Godoy coming off a no-hitter last night. Joe, I think that's the 5th one of the tournament. If I remember correctly, maybe only 4.
No, because we had one last night, too. We had 3 in a row that we did.
Yeah, so that's what I'm referring to is Ramon Godoy.
This would be 5, wouldn't it?
Well, that's what I'm trying to remember. We had 3 in a row, but has there been one since the 3 in a row that we did? I don't think so. Bestgrove had a 1-hitter. But there was the 3 in a row on the broadcast. 2 Sunday, 1 Tuesday.
Wasn't there one last night?
That's Ramon Godoy. That would make 4.
4, yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's been another one.
So Matt Harrell ranges back out onto the grass to pull that one down. Cody Skelton, then Mitch McKay. Changeup from McCullough. I haven't seen that too often today again, Joe.
A good time to show it now here in the 6th. Get them thinking about something else.
Skelton laces this one out to right for his first base hit of the afternoon, or morning still. 11:28 now. We're moving along in a good clip. Might actually get this one done on time. I just jinxed us, I know.
Curse.
I know. I did it. McKay, a pop-up and a strikeout. Line shot, but right at Matt Harrow. Right guy, right time, right place. Hard hit ball, but nothing to show for it for Toronto. They strand one in the bottom of the 6th. We'll go to the top of the 7th. Circle tap Dukes out in front. 4-1.
Welcome to Monthill Golf and Country Club. With our beautiful 27-hole golf course open to the public, we work tirelessly to ensure your time with us is second to none. Well, here you'll be able to enjoy an incredible dining experience at our very own Big Pete's Steakhouse. Play some of the best courses in the world with our state-of-the-art golf simulators. Upgrade your gear with the top brands at our pro shop, or host a stunning wedding, event, or conference inside one of our beautiful ballrooms. Learn all this and more at monthill.ca. We can't wait to see you soon.
For the latest in softball innovation, the website where you can experience the best tournaments in the Americas.
Live games, news, tournaments, and much, much more.
The best quality live softball, on demand so you can watch when you want. Become a Premier member now. SoftballPremierTV.com.
Live it on Softball Premier. Dante Monacotier to lead off for the Circle Tap Dukes as we go to the top of the 7th inning. The Dukes out in front, 4-1, looking to advance in the losers bracket. If they can hang on to this 3-run lead, they will advance and play in the 5 p.m. game against the 2 p.m. game.
Hill United?
I believe that would be against the Hill United Chiefs. Yes.
Yeah, with Hill United and the New York Gremlins dropping down to that losers bracket, it really sets up a lot of prime games.
Well, it certainly gets a little spicier in the losers bracket, doesn't it? Friday afternoon, having to play Hill United. And I'll be honest, I am going to be very keen to see how this Hill United team rebounds from last night's result. A very, very lopsided game. A lot of downcast faces as they were leaving the park. They've not been on the receiving end of anything like that, Joe, ever.
Yeah.
And I want to see how this team responds. I'm expecting them to come out like a house of fire, but it could go the other way, too. Monacotier down on strikes. I think that there's enough pros over there, more than enough pros, to see them come out guns blazing today.
Be very important for that coaching and management staff of Hill United to make sure they're well prepared.
Well, I expect it will be have been an early morning batting practice for the Chiefs and an important pep talk for them as well. One of the most important speeches for Jeff Ellsworth, John Hill, would have been at batting practice this morning. That pitch just misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Vinoff with 3 consecutive strikeouts.
And that one misses downstairs, so 2-1. Right back to the screen, Matt Ratliff. I don't know if this is Matt's first at bat of the tournament, Joe, but we have not seen a lot of him. We haven't done every Dukes game, but we've done, I think, 3 of them. But swings and misses. Good drop ball from Dustin Veenhoff. Good movement late at the plate. And records another strikeout. Matt Harrow. Harrow, a strikeout and a ground out RBI in the 5th. That's off the glove to the screen. If you're a BATMEN fan, coming up in the bottom of the 7th, it's 7, 8, 9. Adam Long, Derek Hyde, Adam Alexander. Long and Hyde have each been on base twice for Hyde, and this one is laced foul down the left side. Hyde a walk and a single. Long is 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Alexander, a couple of strikeouts and perhaps a pinch hit option there for Toronto. They've got Scott Wilkinson on the bench, Isaiah Whetstone, Tyler Randerson. So some options for Toronto. Harrow down on strikes, and Dustin Veenhoff has done the job. Kept the door closed. Last call for Toronto BATMEN here at Circle Tap.
Whether you want to improve your grip in wet conditions or just to find the control you've been looking for, the Gorilla Gold Grip Enhancer has become the most recommended name in softball and in every sport where grip plays an important role. Gorilla Gold is the only grip enhancement approved by the ISC, ASA, and NCAA.
My name is Michael Holobradek. I'm from Czech Republic, playing for Hill United Chiefs, and I'm using Gorilla Gold.
My name is Pablo Miglevaca from Argentina, and for every game I use Gorilla Gold.
Hola, mi nombre es Samuel Vielvaso, pitcher de la selección de México, y en todos mis juegos uso Gorilla Grip.
Hi, I'm Adam Folker. I play for the Hill United Chiefs from Australia, and I've been using Gorilla Gold my whole life. My name's Jack Vesco from Australia, and I can't pitch without Gorilla Gold.
Devin McCullough trying to close out the Toronto BATMEN. And Joe, I don't know if you've got it readily available, the pitch count for Devin McCullough. I know last time you said it was high 70s. That was about an inning back. But if he can get through this one under 100 pitches, that would be a real good outing for Devin McCullough. Swing and a miss there by Adam Long.
McCullough at 90 pitches so far.
Well, that's right on track maybe to finish this right around 100 pitches. Hasn't been the high strikeout total that you would expect normally from a Devin McCullough outing, and that's probably been a good thing. Not so taxing. Let the defense do the work. Picked up a couple of strikeouts when he's needed them. just maybe, Joe, he'll be able to come back and give you 3-4 innings coming back this afternoon. A swing and a miss there by Adam Long, and certainly picked up the pace a little bit here. McCullough rears back and just blows this one past Adam Long. Derek Hyde. Takes a strike in that outside corner. McCullough has found the range on that pitch in the later innings here.
Great location on that pitch, too.
Pinto has had to do that about once per inning, where he has to spring up and snare a rise ball that's well up and out of the zone.
He doesn't need his morning workout. He's had one.
Yes. No Stairmaster required. That's up and out of play. Derek Hyde chases downstairs, and Toronto BATMEN down to their final out of the ISC World Tournament. Change-up, waved at. Manuel Godoy is into first base for the Dukes. Matt Ratliff is now over in right. I guess Ryan Sinclair stayed in the game for Blair Ezekiel. He is out in left field. And chasing upstairs, Adam Alexander with a bat flip, just not happy with that swing, Joe.
No.
And he's in a hole 1 and 2. The BATMEN down to their final strike. The Dukes a strike away from advancing to a 2 p.m. matchup. There it is. Circle tap Dukes will move on. Toronto BATMEN will finish with a top 8 placing. Hug for McCullough and Pinto. High fives all around for the Circle Tap Dukes. Joe Todd, a real good ball game here, done in an hour and I want to say 42 minutes, maybe a little bit more. We started a little bit earlier than 10 a.m., but the Dukes rock 3 in the top of the 5th and another in the 6th, and that was enough.
Devin McCullough with just 103 pitches in that game. He'll probably be geared up to pitch that afternoon game.
We're going to reset here on the ISC Network. Come back with us in about, let's say, 20 minutes at around 12 p.m. Central Time. For Joe Todd, Luciano Lafrano, Carol Doreste, thanks for joining us this morning. It'll be noon when we next see you. Take care.
For the latest in softball innovation, the website where you can experience the best tournaments in the Americas.
Live games, news, tournaments, and much, much more.
the best quality live softball. On demand, so you can watch when you want. Become a Premier member now. SoftballPremierTV.com.